Pro mountain bikers try to think of everything when it comes to beating the competition. No stone is left unturned. So I'm going to let you into a few secrets that us wily ex-pros here at GMBN used to use in our mountain bike careers, but wouldn't let anyone else know about. Something pro downhillers and enduro riders do all the time is look for sneaky little lines. So things like outside lines, nothing new here of course, but it's trying to keep them a secret. You can see this one is pretty well worn in. This is a really popular trail. You can see where someone's gone up here and it's become obvious that's an outside line and it's going to work really well. You just go in that much further out, you'll be able to go a lot faster around that corner. But this is to be used in race situations and on your home trails. Try and look for those sneaky little lines, maybe going 6 inches sort of outside, maybe into the grass, make sure it's nice and smooth, and then trying to keep it a secret. So don't use it all the time because it'll get worn in and then everyone will do it. So plenty of pros do this in race situations. Just practice that line once or twice and then they don't do it again so no one else can see it. The best pro racers and comm hunters keep their lines secret. The riders who are really in tune with how they're feeling and riding know when to back it off and settle for a slightly below par ride or race. Racers like Schurter and Minnaar are almost always there. They might not win every time, but they know when the legs aren't there, or maybe they can't nail that technical section. Maybe they try and make it up somewhere else or just accept it. It's all too easy just to send it and blow up physically or even crash and be much worse overall. But for some of us, crashing is just a way of life. Mental strength. Many pro racers realise that this is really important for elite performance, but it does come back to your leisure riders as well. Confidence is key. Many of the world's best downhill racers and previous world champs have actually been to sports psychologists to try and help them tame the thoughts in a discipline that relies so much on confidence and feeling on the bike. Steve Peat actually used a British cycling doctor to help him brush off the years of disappointment and second places at the World Champs to finally find his form and take that title at the 2009 World Champs. Psyching out the competition. Now this is all open to interpretation. Maybe it doesn't happen, but there's plenty of pros putting their big training sessions or gym sessions all over their Instagram. Is that showing their cards to the competition, or is it, check me out, doing all this training all the time, look at my muscles, look how much fun this is, this doesn't even hurt. Now, who knows, but you better be doing it if you're showing that stuff on your Instagram. Personally, I used to like doing it under the radar. Big days on the road bike or ticking off some serious training sessions like anyone else knowing and trying to think that I was one up on the competition. So there's a few of my tips, but there's plenty of us washed up pros here at GMBN, so let's go to some of them for their tips.
So some little pro tips back from when I was competing. I used to make things like super hard for myself. So primarily I was like a dirt jump slopestyle rider. So I'd go out and train like on a downhill bike or a heavy sort of free ride bike. And I'd be doing like all my bar spins with like big heavy tires. So to chuck a bar spin on a big heavy downhill style tire would require like twice the effort as it would do on your jump bike. Things like 360s and tail whips and stuff. You could do that on the heavier bike and transfer it back to the right tool for the job, and it'd make things like 10 times easier. You know, do a 360 on a downhill bike and then do a 360 on your jump bike. It'd almost seem like no effort whatsoever. And it means like if you were to 3 a downhill bike, you could get back on that jump bike, and things like 720s would become like the norm for the same effort as what you do on your downhill bike. So make things harder for yourself and then it becomes super easy when you got the right tool for the job.
Right, my secret tip when I was a pro, when I was competing in slopestyle events, I would do certain big tricks on different obstacles. So I would do a huge trick like a backflip tail whip on one jump, and then I'll move it to another jump, and I would just put it everywhere, put all my big tricks, but not necessarily in one big run. I'll be dotting them around, thinking people will be like, whoa, he's gonna do that trick on the big jump, or he's gonna do that. Kind of psych them out. That's what I do.
There's a few secret pointers. Make sure you do them, but don't tell anyone about it. If you want to see how to train for enduro and what I used to do, no secret anymore, I made a video about it, it's up there. If you want to see me and Blake racing at the Andy Pacifico and me getting hurt as well, click down there for that one. Thumbs up if you want to be a pro mountain biker and hit that subscribe button.